100% of Horripilant all started with meeting God, who we had to obey just to survive in this incremental dungeon crawler click and point adventure. And who knew an incremental game could deliver a mind-bending story, have an addictive gameplay loop and a skill tree so obnoxiously big? Yeah, your boy was in for another grind. We met the craziest characters and the whole story will be told in this 100% journey of Horripilant. We wake up with a swollen head and a mouth full of blood. Your sense of smell is assaulted by the damp, musty dungeon scent that penetrates your nostrils. As you struggle to open your eyes, you seem to hear whispers emanating from the walls around you. My child. Wake up, my child. Explore the dungeons, my son. You need to get to know your surroundings. So we open our map and head to the materials site. Good, now hit the sprout. Alright, buddy. Sure. I'll hit the sprout. So as we do, we get our very first achievement. The Twig Collector achievement. The first of the 57 achievements. Clicking it some more, we can upgrade our click. Or well, twice. Getting us more wood. And oh, he's back. Looks like we got enough wood for now. We open the map once more to head to the equipment site. You can spend your resources to improve your armor. Simply leave the cost of your materials by the door on your way out. When you feel ready, open the map and head for the steps. Potions will cost us meat, so for now I pick up a better sword and went up the stairs. We get a very big piece of dialogue on what we are about to embark on. So yeah, let's head to these screaming echoes. Now combat happens automatically based on your equipment. For extra attacks, click the weak spots. After beating a boss, you get to pick a boon. Boons reset when you leave combat. We fight this rat, getting us the self-defense achievement. As I struggle through more and more of them, I eventually get beaten, earning me the drop meat achievement. You narrowly escaped death. You lost 2 meat crawling out. Oh, that sucks. Was I supposed to flee or, well, we'll figure it out. This battle was brutal. Come and visit the hole. Alrighty then. We stand in the middle of an empty room with one massive hole in front of us. We get an urge to scream into the abyss. And we do so. This guttural primal scream that came from deep within us has us waiting for an answer, but we hear nothing. It takes too long, so we turn around to leave, but hear a deep growl emanating from the hole. My child, I am so happy to see you. If you seek power, I can help you in your quest. The deeper you go into the dungeon, the greater the rewards. The blood from your enemies shall be cast into beautiful Hemolith, which shall give you the powers you seek. Okay. Yeah. Hemolith sounds great. Bring me a crow's beak to prove your worth. Until then, I'll be waiting. Oh god. I indeed sense a strange discomfort. What was that thing? Well, we have met our god, and he'll be waiting for that crow's beak. So I head back to hire a couple of mouses who auto-farm wood, but the next problem struck. I was maxed out on wood. I couldn't get more than 20, and needed at least 27 for the next upgrade. So I increased my storage by 10 with the meat we got from the rats getting the greater capacity achievement. I hire a crow as well, and witness that the higher capacity isn't by 10, but times 10. As we got a storage of 200 now. So I upgrade a bit more and then pick up this weird white thing which grants a full inventory instantly. Oh, that's sweet! Having now once again maxed my upgrades for what I physically can do with my storage, I max out my storage to 200 and get to the equipment site and buy a full set of armor. And witness, I can keep on upgrading them. So I get my sword to level 5 and farm a bit of extra wood and then to level 6. Do the same with my helmet, chestplate, boots and leggings, getting them all to level 6. And with all that, I hop into the dungeon again, hoping to find myself a crow, as we need that beak. I also figured that the more experience I gain, the more health I gain. I don't think it does any extra damage, but trust me, health is also very important. And this time I slay all the rats with one blow, allowing me to exit at floor 3. Or not be a pussy and choose a boon to venture on. I should have went for not being a pussy, as I died in seconds. But it did earn a lot of meat. So I buy the skull amulet, which insta-kills an enemy in front of me. Oh, a one-time use though. And then went into the dungeon once again, this time allowing me to start at floor 2, since I beat the first floor. And even though I die in seconds, it does earn nice meat. It's funny how I'm struggling on the second floor. There are 1,000 of these to reach God. But we'll get into it. I go for one more dungeon run, and I realize that EXP and levels do stay with you. Only the boons get reset when you die or leave the dungeon. I upgrade my storage with 50 meat to 2,000 wood. Hired my first skeleton and started clicking away again, getting me the power and number achievement for getting my mouse to level 2, and the production 1 achievement for getting material production up to 10 a second. Upgraded my material levels, getting me a bigger tree which multiplies my gathering. Got everything upgraded until the costs were above 2,000, and of course, then did did the same once again with my swords and the rest of the armor pieces, which only had all of the gear going up by 3 levels. With the maxed out gear, I went into floor 2 again, having me race through it and go back to the camp, and had me deciding to throw 100 meat into this fire. It gets me the It's Dark in Here achievement, and with the ashes of the fire we have just extinguished lies a key, having us indeed obtain a key. But what is it for? Well, I find it under one of these barrels, and it looks like we got a click and point adventure to embark on. This is cool for an incremental game. Wait. What? The fire just goes back on? Well, with the key we found at the barrels, we opened this door on the right. And as we enter, well, you tell me. What is this, an upside down mushroom? The door on the left is also not openable with our key, so far I think we are kinda stuck here. Let's quickly farm 500 meat for another storage upgrade. Starting at floor 3 now, and just about not making it through, so once my health is back up, I try again, willing to use an amulet at the final boss, which thus kept me through it, and has me backing out again, getting me almost 200 meat, which is great, and even greater to upgrade my storage, so I can get back at spamming my left mouse button. With 20,000 storage now, I was filling it up and getting upgrades. Only getting materials was getting significantly slower, and the material doubler is only gainable on my next storage upgrade. The white orbs only grant me 2,000 wood, not a full inventory anymore. So yes, I was mining away until I didn't know what to mine, but I mined it anyway, and not even in a Minecraft day. It's pretty beautiful. I got my upgrade clicker to level 2, with its next upgrade costing me almost 60,000. 60 bloody thousand! I can barely fill the 2k inventory. So my next stretch was to get 1.2k meat to upgrade my storage to 200k wood, so I can get that bigger tree, multiplying my material gain. Now I started crawling through the dungeons from floor 1 so I could gather those boons. Now I just about didn't beat floor 5 this way, so it's not a bad strategy, plus I made it out with 557 meat. I threw another 100 in the fire, and that was 100 meat wasted. I hoped that something would happen. Back into the dungeon, first getting me the Bloodlust 1 achievement for killing 100 enemies. At floor 3, I looped the floor hoping to get a boon after every rebeat. That, my friend, was not the case. So I left the dungeon with 887 meat, and that got my total to just about enough for the storage increase. And since my crows, skeletons, and mouses already worked hard, 25,000k was obtained in no time, doubling my mats once again, getting me the click 1 achievement for getting my material up to 10 per click, and giving me this nice big boy tree, also finalizing the entire thing as this is its max level, getting me 6.3k wood from the orbs now, something that sadly enough just doesn't cut the grind. My hand was getting tired of all the left mouse button spamming, and it was absolutely bonkers, I swear. Jorking it is less tiring than this shit. So when I hired 2 spiders and I went back crawling into the dungeon, of course starting at floor 1 for the boons, this way I was actually finally able to pull through floor 5, finding myself a crow, of course killing it and obtaining a crow's beak. You know exactly what that means. And I left with 1.2k meat. Went to the hole and saw God. Dear God. Well, I gave him his crow's beak, and we can now be reborn, aka a rebirth in this game. Only we mustn't, because we need to reach floor 10 without dying, giving up, and without a rebirth. So my dear God, maybe one day, but for this missable achievement, I need to decline your offer. Hiring another spider, as they are goated, and of course, farming the dungeon some more. Our main focus right now is to get to floor 10 as fast as possible for that achievement, because we do need to rebirth eventually if we even want to progress and face off against God. Floor 10 is also marked with a sort of question mark area. Something big awaits us there. I can feel it. Something important that will bring us further, maybe to another dungeon or realm. Well, only one way to figure out. Getting there without being reborn for now. Now, our soldier just couldn't pass past floor 6, but it was such a stupidly close call with the final boss. If I had brought any sort of potion with me, he would have been a goner. So I got the moldy mushroom, reducing incoming damage by 50% for 30 seconds, which of course is a one-time use consumable. Then I upgraded my sword 6 times until level 15, my helmet from 9 to 13. These upgrades were no longer becoming cheap. My friend, Those spiders and other workers of my mine gotta chop that wood faster. So I hired another bug brute. Started crawling from floor 1 again, as EXP points were going very well. Topping level 200 and officially flying through floors 1 till 5, with 6 being a bit of a slog. It's not crazy works though. Meaning that with still half of my HP left, floor 7 should be a breeze, right? Well, I would not say a breeze, but we sure as hell wrecked it. Meaning maybe even floor 8 could be beaten, having now a 3% chance at critical hits. These bastards had and dealt way too much HP, but with my mushroom activated right before the boss, we got through floor 8. We are nearing floor 10, people. It is nuts. But we head back to camp from floor 9, as we will not beat it. And it would be a waste of the 7,000 meat we got from it. Oh, that's a lot of meat. Got me another one of those skull amulets, as those are probably still the most goated, and upgraded my storage because, well, the next spider required 400,000. And we can now hold 2 million wood. I mean, we only make about 825 a second, but hey, we'll get there. This video ain't online for nothing. So while that does its thing, I start crawling from floor 9 just to see what we're up against. Well, with my gear, it's nothing crazy. I suppose we beat it quickly and kept a lot of health. So maybe floor 10 is for pussies after all. Maybe we'll just go right through it in this very second. The Skelebros are dicks, so let me tell you that much. But hey, I didn't think it would be possible this soon, but I just slaughtered through it, and at the crow's boss, I used the insta-kill amulet to beat it, and no achievement popped. Now my guess is that I have to start from floor 1 and pull through all the way until floor 10 for it to pop. So I upgraded my leggings from 9 to 15 and my helmet twice as well, brought in a healing potion as I think it's better for the long-term game, went into the dungeon and was praying that my high-level soldier could make it to floor 11 so we could finally get reborn. Now my overall favorite boons were most definitely anything offensive, but the defensive reflecting boon is also one I want to get as high as possible, as it can void a lot of incoming damage. With this strat applied once at floor 9, I was just bleeding through a quarter of my HP, which is big, but I regen 10% of my HP, which makes it all the bigger. At floor 10, with more than half of my HP and still a health potion left, I think we both know damn well how this was about to end. And when I had beaten floor 10, the naturally skilled achievement did not pop. Now, I wasn't entirely sure why, but I think that my guess is pretty accurate. It's either I should have never given God his beak already, or that I should have never died beforehand. And well, let me tell you, the achievement of course said without dying. But to my knowledge, I thought that meant from floor 1 to floor 10 in one go, without dying. But it appears that that's not the case. So we'll get to this achievement somewhere in the video. I wasted my time. I cried a little bit, but went to rebirth at our favorite friendly god. Oh snap, what? I'm ready. Good, my child. Observe your potential. Young one, if you are not happy with how your new life could be, then turn around and venture deep to seek greater gain. But be warned, once you commit, you cannot go back to how things were. You shall be reborn. Make your choice. We lay our eyes on a big skill tree with the Hammerliths. I first buy the multiply Hammerlith gain, and then increase the effectiveness of all equipment. Increase effectiveness of my sword upgrades, increase effectiveness of my chestplate and helmet, all leading to no more Hammerliths, and achieving the Become a New achievement. And the Bloody Power 1 for gaining a total of 10 Hammerliths, and mind you, there's an achievement for gaining 10,000! So yeah, this is only the beginning. We are back to our roots, still wondering when we'll lay our eyes upon the rock and the iron bits, but for now it's back to chopping this tree, hiring mice and upgrading our clicks. Of course I upgraded them all to max in no time, at least for my capacity range, of course. Back in the dungeon, we are a weak, pathetic level 0, not even passing the first floor, but going in twice is enough time to upgrade our storage, and I went through my upgrades like the Flash. My main goal was mostly getting through the dungeons as fast as possible, since meat is truly the main progression point. Talking to the god a bit, I don't know what we would want for the next rebirth. So yeah, my main strat is going through the dungeon so we can observe floor 11, as we didn't really do that last time. We only just beat level 10, as we were met with disappointment, so yeah, we kinda dipped and well, reborn ourselves. Finally being able to go through floor 1. Even with a health potion, floor 2 is still a no-go. But hey, we got those storage upgrades. Quickly after heading back in from floor 1, we had beaten floor 2 with just 1 HP left, and I dipped with 113 meat. Even though I didn't put any rebirth upgrades on my meat or wood gains, I did upgrade my overall gear, which I think is a better investment since we can earn more and more meat flying through these dungeons. With a bigger tree, I continuously upgraded my armor and kinda skipped on wood gaining. Of course, not completely, that would be stupid, but it wasn't my priority number 1. I just upgraded the newly unlocked ones. So at least some sort of wood came in, but I kept pushing armor so we could get through the dungeon floors. As I'm still convinced this is our main progression. I noticed that after every beaten floor, the hemoliths went up by 2. So I was pondering how much should I really progress before another rebirth. Now floor 4 was eventually no problem, just not repeatable yet, but beating floor 5 allows me to get 10 hemoliths, so I went for it, and I think we can speed up the process even more. So I went for the sword upgrade effectiveness again, and twice this time since it was cheap, and increased overall equipment effectiveness 3 times, completely reborn with 0 hemolith, but hoping to fly through the dungeons even quicker. Now let me tell you, the first floor was no challenge anymore. This allowed me to fly through incremental upgrades, leading to many more armor upgrades before you knew it. I had my tree upgraded in just about 7 minutes, upgrading my armor quickly and trying to beat the dungeons earlier using the mushroom. I gained more EXP than expected, slaughtering bosses I technically shouldn't even been able to beat yet. I threw some meat on the fire again, hoping for something new thanks to the rebirths. It's just not how that works. But wait, hold on a second. I do keep my items after being reborn. I still have this lamp. I completely forgot about it. I was too locked in on progressing for that stupid achievement that didn't even pop. Sadly enough, it's of no use in this purple weird place. And well, there isn't much else where to go. So yeah, I quickly pushed through floor 6, way quicker than I expected, as the armor priority stretch was working far too well. Progression slowed a bit, but not overall. Floor 7 was beaten quickly, and floor 8 in the same run. These rebirth upgrades are crazy good. Floor 9 was a genuine joke, and mind you, I was doing these things back to back, only buying a couple of upgrades from the automatic wood farm I got from my hired slaves, who barely even make anything at all. And also abusing that wonderful moldy mushroom, floor 10 was also nothing. Sadly, not giving me the extra hemoliths, just adding 2 again. But after a little extra upgrading, I went into floor 11 for the very first time. Now it's the same shit we've been doing so far, but now also with the Skelebros added to the mix. Anyway, it was an easy floor. So I went to God once more, wanting to upgrade my hemolith again, but it costs 35 pieces. I increased helmet effectiveness, and as it improves our attack speed, went for another sword expertise, and eagle eyes to increase the amount of possible weak spots. And we were reborn once more. I first upgraded my armor to the maximum possible with the first backpack. Beat floor 1, but it already allowed me to upgrade storage twice, progressing through my armor at a stupid speed. I could get my storage upgrades faster, allowing better inactive income and of course, the material multiplier. The goal of this run was getting to 36 hemoliths, as we need to upgrade our earnings. The double weak points appearing are such a blessing, they help you big time, no doubt. But seriously, I made it to floor 10 with only the 2k wood capacity. It is hilariously strong. I can't think of any universe where it's smarter to boost your incrementals, at least for wood, though rock and iron will probably say otherwise. I could barely upgrade our knight. Wood wasn't really going through anymore. We were still kicking it and slowly making our way toward those 35 hemoliths, but I am just getting scared of how expensive all the other next upgrades will be. And if I ever will start gaining more hemoliths per floor without having to spend a shit ton of hemoliths on those hemolith gain upgrades. The helmet upgrades are the most important thing. At one point we were slashing at sonic speed. You couldn't even keep up with it anymore. Eventually, the grind came to an end, and we were about to upgrade our hemolith earnings, but I wasn't close to death yet, so I still pushed through floor 19. And at floor 20, I found an engraved stone, probably going to be very important. Already having ideas on what to do with it, I still beat floors 21 and 22 for extra hemoliths. Then, I gave the engraved stone to the god, and nothing happened. I tried giving him the lantern, couldn't use it. Well, I guess it's time to multiply our hemolith gain. The next upgrade costs 245! But multiply must mean we'll earn 4 per floor now. right? I multiplied my click value for materials, boosted my boots, my leggings expertise, boosting my boots twice, and was reborn once more. Heading naked into a dungeon with no upgrades whatsoever. It was slow and not worth it, but I still beat at the first floor, which I just thought was pretty funny. And no, it didn't multiply, it just boosted our Hamlet gain by 1. Grinding for 245 is going to be extremely grindy. Upgrading my clicking gains wasn't a bad idea because holy moly was I flying through them now. Flying through the dungeons, of course, I got the Bloodlust 2 achievement for killing 1000 enemies. I realized that the leggings, with their fast regen, play a huge role. Since my knight is low level and HP, well, it's rookie numbers. From floor 8 to floor 21, all were doable in one life after upgrading my armor almost to max on the 200k capacity. That gave us 60 hammer lifts, practically no time. I continued with the 200k upgrades, maxed out. Even with a capacity of 20 million, grinding those numbers, well, that will take decades. So I focused on progressing until I couldn't, then upgrading the skill tree even more. Burning through these floors, it was laughable. I also realized I had the lantern button in the bottom right, but what does it do? I have absolutely no clue, but I wasn't nearing death anytime soon, so I kept it up for so long, it's practically unbelievable. We were facing bloody brutal bugs, and simple little gear upgrades were getting us extremely far. As my HP dwindled a bit at floor 42, I decided to back out. The process was becoming too slow. I met with God and stepped into the skill tree with 126 hammerliths. First upgrade, helmets. An expensive but very important one. Then the sword twice, once for the chest plate and once for the boots. Overall, I earned the Bloody Power 2 achievement for gaining a total of 100 hammerliths. Once again, I upgraded my gear as fast as possible, flying through floors 1 and 4 in just one go, allowing me to upgrade capacity thrice. Upgrading the rest of my gear at the speed of light, maxing it on 20k capacity, allowed me to go from floor 5 up to floor 30. I could have continued, but snatching some quick upgrades would make this process even faster. And just out of nowhere, no way, really? I unlocked a new material! For 250k wood, we can unlock rock! So we did, getting the rock and stone achievement for collecting it for the first time. Yes! Finally a new resource. It gives us new gear. And it doesn't increase our damage or defense, but boosting critical hit chance, boon effectiveness, reflection chance, opportunity attacks, whatever that means, and even vampire hits. That's probably lifesteal. This one opens up our opportunities even more, and we may need to lock in on those incremental upgrades on our reborn skill tree soon, because upgrading storage also costs a lot more meat. Now wait a second, I hope the lantern could do something in that purple room. But once again, I was mistaken. Using the lantern while the fire is out, also it didn't even have an effect! What's the point of this thing? Well, whoa. There's a door in the gear shop. Holy shit, the key from the fireplace, it worked on it. As we open the door, a putrid smell hits us in the face. We're standing in front of a massive creature staring back at us. It clicks in rhythm as it chews. Behind it, there's a pile of what appears to be its food, an amalgam of tripe, meat, wood, rock, and even iron. Oh, good God! What is that? We approach it quietly, earning the, a friend achievement. And there's no obvious way out of this room. And just as we're about to turn back, we notice the creature seems to be giving birth to a mouse. Okay. She doesn't attack us, and she seems kinda nice. We take her. She could be useful. Oh snap! We now have a mouse in our stat bars. I use the lantern to grab an item in the distance, and alongside it, we notice a small piece of paper with a pattern of symbols. We note them down. It's 2 dashes, 2 backslashes, 3 dashes, and another backslash. What this means? I have no clue, but at least we made some progress in this story and unlocked the backroom piece on our map. Maybe this weird, ugly monster will have more use later. But now it's time to continue delving into the dungeon, starting from floor 30, witnessing the mouse only having 10k health. So yeah, it eventually dies, earning us the KIA achievement, Lose a Familiar Battle. That's a weird achievement description, but who cares? We made it to floor 46. Stepping toward the gods with 137 hemoliths, I grabbed the cookie clicker upgrades once more, optimizing automatic material production. But I purely did that to expand the side of the board. For now, priority is equipment discount, lowering the price multiplier to make purchase cheaper purchase. Then I upgrade overall equipment twice, get the carnivore for more meat gain and loose prevention to minimize meat loss on death. Both powering up quick learner for extra experience. The next upgrade, rage. That looks pretty handsome. And with the remaining hemoliths, I improved the leggings even more. Back at our roots, baby. Our main game plan is still grinding the floors, but we can unlock rocks straight away. We don't have 250k wood yet, but it's an option right at the bat. The cookie clicker upgrade is phenomenal. Upgrading armor is faster now, but it doesn't make us significantly stronger, so progress is still steady, but not insane. We snagged the click 2 achievement for getting 250 plus materials per click. Not long after, I hired an Amalgam, earning the production 2 achievement for hitting 1000 materials per second. Now I low-key skipped the rock material this time, went big on gear upgrades, and mostly wanted to farm quick hemoliths to upgrade incrementals. Okay, actually, I kinda lied. Progress was significantly quicker than I expected. The simple leggings upgrades almost made me invincible. Health regen was insane, and my noble knight was slashing through as many floors as possible, while I finally went downstairs and ate some real foods, because let's be honest, I usually survive on supplements. So now I can get reborn with 240 hemoliths, something I won't be doing yet, because I need 5 more for the next more hemoliths upgrade. So I quickly cleared 2 more floors to grab that upgrade, and with it, we're poor in hemoliths again, but we now earn 4 per floor. The problem, upgrading hemoliths earnings doesn't improve my incremental gains or armor progression at all. 0%. Not something I can allow. So I farmed dungeons until I realized the fights could go way faster. So with those moments, it was back to resource and gear upgrading. At floor 33, I thought, why not just rebirth right now? Boost resource gains only and see how far we can get. I upgraded optimization again, grabbed Hoarder purely for the material discounts, because it makes upgrades cheaper, and then Speedy Click, which boosts the auto clicker. Wait, there is an auto clicker? I had been spamming left mouse button all along. There's an auto clicker? You're telling me this now? Next, I was thinking of shooting for the stars. The next hemolith upgrade cost 1.7k, a stupidly high number, and I wanted to push as many dungeon floors as possible until it became too slow, unlocking rock along the way, which, by the way, can also be held down. You can hold it down. I was maxing stone at 200 capacity, upgrading wood and armor further. We hop into the dungeon and slaughter everything like I'm using my jawline as a sword, flying through the floors. I started this run on floor 5, so what's happening right now makes sense. We're attacking every 100 milliseconds. Even at floor 60, it's too fast for those disgusting beasts. No damage is being taken. And when we did start taking damage, it regened instantly. Floor 80, without a doubt, my favorite floor design so far. And the grind just kept going, solid, until floor 110. Things slowed down and we became vulnerable. Still, I was dedicated to seeing floor 125. Reaching it safe and sound, floor 125 rewarded us with another engraved stone. Very cool, but still no clue what to do with these things. Exiting at floor 128 earns me almost 80 million meat. It's time to continue the story. That paper with the code still haunts me. The key now works on the left door. That's probably thanks to the monster fella, cause trust me, I tried it. We see a mirror and a place to deposit engraved stones, and with them, I can solve the puzzle. I input 2 dashes, 2 backslashes, 3 dashes, and a backslash. Boom! I hear crumbling achievement. The puzzle grays out. Checking the door on the right, the exit, I see the crack. Oh crap, we can enter it. With the lantern, I see what's ahead. Finally a use for it. One door is scary eyes free. After multiple doors, I earn a set of doors achievement. But all the doors are locked. But a sign reads, veil the sparks of your gaze, lest it sense the life that stares within you. What in God's name is that supposed to mean? Rechecking the paper, a new code appeared, and once we entered it, it earns a gate opens achievement. We head back through the scary eyes area and see a weird hooded figure. I pick up a crowbar and tell him we seek guidance. Rotten wood is a poor guardian. Metal will make it yield. So I think my guy wants us to unlock the iron incremental bit. But who are you, my friend? His name is Sharon, or Sharon. He shepherds those who linger for too long. We ask him what kind of place this is. A wretched pit, where a life is made to strive against itself, and where that suffering is sacred. Okie dokie then. Thanks for your time, mate. I'll be on my way now. But hey, we got a crowbar. So, yes, I knew it. Now we can reach inside here, finding dynamite, and once again, a piece of paper with another code, requiring an even weirder backslash. Great. Well, hold on, I can open a crack in a barrel. That means that stupid Doom thingy, yes! I can open it too with my crowbar. And when we enter what appears to be an infinitely large room, the air being thick and hard to breathe, in the distance, we see large white figures. But to reach them, we need 1.2 million rocks. So I upgraded storage to 2 million and started mining and upgraded my upgrade click. Of course, I got the biggest boulder you ever laid your eyes upon. For just 250k rocks, we could unlock iron, but right now, I just need to fix that bridge. When 1.25k million rocks are obtained, we fix it. Approach the figures and they appear to be statues of angelic women. Unlike the rest of this putrid dungeon, they seem to be in perfect condition. One hand grants fire and the other grants freedom. We stand together, ready to bestow our gifts. It says, look to the place where all journeys begin. And I literally cannot use anything on the tube, so I headed back, and finally, am able to use the dynamite in the purple room. Yes! We can finally do something in this click and point adventure, and just not be doing the incremental bits. This is great! And yeah, let's elaborate on the ghost zombie here. We ask who he is. I am a shadow of what once was, caught in a hell, too stubborn to let go, awaiting salvation. We ask him about the place, and he says it's a cage. It twists its existence into punishment, survival into cruelty. We ask how we can help him, because he doesn't seem to be all okay. He wants to be released. And he indeed is not all okay, because we must kill him, mix blood with water, and only then can he be unmade. And once we do that, there is something else lying around to finish the job. He has seen others use it. We eventually find a locked cage, but as it is locked, I'm afraid we're stuck until we get the next engraved stone. With 508 hammerlifts to collect, I guess it's time to grind. I max speedy click, earning the skill expertise achievement for maxing a skill. Then I got sparkle power, multiplying all those sparkles we've been picking up and granting big money. Instead of upgrading gear, I went for more sparkles because man, those sparkles are the real treat in the incremental side of the game. And still, I got another sword expertise and rage. I earned bloody power 3 for collecting a total of 1000 hammerlifts, and it's time to delve deep into the dungeon once more, hopefully snagging another engraved stone. Clicking was going extremely fast now, with the new and improved clicking upgrades. Hitting floors while upgrading my stash, those extra sparkles were really paying off. Earning woods was blazing fast, and so were rocks. Gear upgrades were flying, and so everything hit the 5 million price range. That grind took a little too long, so I went all in on rock gear. And when those started costing 3 million, I finally unlocked iron, earning the fancy metal achievement. Now check this out. The helmet upgrade gives us another item slot. The sword multiplies critical hit chance, the chestplate increases reflecting damage, the boots boost opportunity attack damage, and the leggings increase the vampire mechanic. Yep, I got another item slot. And if I wanted another one, it would cost 1 million iron. I could only store 2,000 so far. But of course, I upgraded the rest until they cost more than 2k. Quickly finishing the last 2 rock upgrades I could get. And then I had some dungeons to farm meat for upgrading storage capacity. Started at floor 40, exited at floor 80. Only able to upgrade iron storage once, getting it to 20k, which isn't bad, but it's not enough for the helmet. I upgraded all my gear, except for the helmet, 3 more times, and then crawled back into the dungeon. Not gonna lie, it went a lot slower than I expected. It was bearable, but our objective is floor 200 if we want that next engraved stone. From floor 100, things were really slowing down, so I backed out at floor 120, only able to upgrade iron once. So the most reasonable move right here was to rebirth again. Grab some better equipment upgrades, helmet expertise, bankrupting me, sword expertise, leggings expertise, checked on my backroom boy who apparently has some creatures to help us in battle. One costing 500 billion meat. Okay, one day. One day maybe. Repeated the same grind, fixing up 2 million wood upgrades, got to floor 80 and saw the pace slow down. So I rebirth again, maximizing sword expertise and upgrading my equipment expertise twice. Like for real, if I can boost offensive stats to the moon, I can slaughter floors much faster. All I gotta do is focus on helmets and swords, and of course, watch the chest plate and leggings, so I don't die at floor 60 out of nowhere. I was real dedicated this time. I farmed wood for 18 minutes straight, until my helmet hit level 29, giving me the 0.1 second attack speed, the fastest DPS possible. The next upgrade is a helmet reset, which multiplies damage by 5 but resets the stats. My friend, DPS is king, so I held off. Upgraded some other gear a bit and went back into the dungeon. Now I lied a little bit. There's even a magical way to get it to 0.05 seconds. But we're a light years away from that. Not even imaginable yet. So, not resetting the helmet is the smartest move, trust me. You're slashing 10 times a second. The damage is stupidly high. Enemies are being melted. This, my friend, is the way to progress. By floor 120, things slowed, but not slow. Still kicking, still confident, with 80 floors left. I wasn't sure, but confidence did keep climbing. Finally, floor 200, engraved stone secured. Next objective, floor 250. Why stop now? But floor 200 brings a difficulty spike. Amalgams appeared, and those amalgams hated me. By floor 213, I got struck down. Oh well. Engraved stone in our hand, it is time to fill in the correct combination. And when we do, we earn the Another Gate achievement, obviously hinting we gotta pass the little scary eyes again and enter this brand new gate. Behind it, a bridge that needs to be built, requiring a shit ton of resources. Holy crap, game. So what's the game plan? Well, rebirth and pour everything into the incremental sides so we can rack up resources faster than ever. I upgraded Sparkle Chance for more sparkles. Got Touch Grass, won't upgrade it because yeah, I don't touch grass, but I need it to, continue the rest of the tree. Increased max level of all materials, grabbed material experts twice to multiply all materials gained twice, and got another full potential. As anticipated, I can now upgrade material levels from 3 to 5. This, my friend, is more massive than the low taper fate. Wood gains? Insane! 2.1 million per sparkle. 2.1 million per sparkle. Armor upgrades, I went all in. Took the risk and resetted the helmet, aiming for the 50 million upgrade to avoid grinding through multiple upgrades before the next reset. It only took 2 upgrades. Had to grind to 100 million. Totally worth it. Upgraded sword, leggings and chest plate just a bit more, and then started grinding the rock. Needed meat to upgrade the storage, so a few floors cleared first. Eventually, I maxed out the sword with the rock upgrades. I maxed it out. Leggings, maxed out. Chest plate, boots, helmet. Well, they still needed some work. But I unlocked iron. Couldn't farm yet as I had no capacity. Cleared another 70 floors. Only being able to upgrade iron twice. But the leggings maxed out, which is huge. Our objective is still floor 250, and by floor 200, I was slightly safer. Damage spikes? Insane. But the leggings saved me. Health restored constantly. Amalgams were becoming weak as hell. I made it to floor 250, snagging another engraved stone we will definitely need. I kept pushing. Floor 300 gave us a lever and introduced a dwarf enemy. That dwarf enemy, well, he scratched me here and there, but we got another engraved stone. Okay, let's keep it rolling. Floor 400s, another engraved stone. And at floor 402, we fought a centipede that occasionally dealt stupid damage. Can we make it to floor 450? I mean, I was dreaming of getting another engraved stone from floor 450 and 500. Collecting every single one would be huge. Okay, now time for a reality check. I died at floor 443. Earns 4.5 billion meat, which could upgrade iron and rock to 200 million each. Now I tried to push further from 443, but spikes around floor 440 were brutal. So it was time to gather 15 million wood, 10 million stone, 5 million iron for the bridge. And you know what? It was done in a jiffy. Fixed the bridge, then completed a perfect combined pattern. Nothing crazy. Next, we meet a fat ass shopkeep. Simple guy. Holds what matters, barters what he can, always wants more. I asked him about the place. He sees it as a gold mine, if you know where to dig. Otherwise, it's just another hole full of shit and mud. Next to him, a device deciding who drinks and who doesn't. It can move water to wherever profitable. Probably a way to free that ghost guy from his misery. Also, we can trade with the fella. Deposited all materials for a 25% bonus top-up on all my hemoliths. Big moves, baby. We are progressing. And of course, the more materials, the bigger the boost. You know I'm on board with this, earning the Bloodthirsty achievement. I insert the lever too, pulling it for the Rusted Pipes achievement, check the letter, but nothing changed. Back I go. Buy the Skull Amulet, meet up with my old backroom pal, and impale a mouse on the upside down mushroom for the oh no achievement, triggering a trail of blood. With blood and water together, I use the Skull Amulet on our ghost friend, no longer in limbo achievement. And the soundtrack explodes with the guy dying, and not a clue what those writings mean, but hey, it sure as hell is there. Oh wait, it updated our paper with new symbols. And even with enough engraved stones, I go for a cheeky rebirth first. Grabbing Bloodlust for extra hemoliths, full potential, resilience 5 times, health multiplied per level up, and quick learner 2 times, quicker EXP. Earning us the bloody power 4 for now having gained a total of 5,000 hemolith. I was gaining 5 hemoliths per floor, which is such an insane difference, I probably don't have to explain it to you. What may be worth explaining though is that the next material level upgrade is fucking bullshit. It required 2.4 billion resources. I never even reached 1 billion and they're asking for 2 of it now. So yeah, it's not an upgrade we're going for. After once again getting my helmet to level 27 for like 150 million, I went into floor 15, praying for the best and still deciding whether I could continue this run or just rebirth ASAP to improve our incrementals even more. It became quite the tough call right now. Now I just let it ride until 200 floors. At 200 floors, it progressed way too slowly, so I exited out, went for an 8% boost, and rebirthed to upgrades Material Expert for a material gain multiplier, saving the rest for later. Went through the same old process again, of course, applying the same strategy. First going for that 150 million total upgrade for the helmet, which this time, now with the multiplier, I low-key anticipated to go even faster. It wasn't cheap, it took me a 40-minute grind to get. This time I did not go for the 150 million upgrade, and you know why? Well, to me it sounded more reasonable to get my hemolith up quick. Get reborn again with as many good incremental upgrades as possible. Now the reason for that is because we can boost our hemolith earnings even more when we have higher resources, so we need to start working on resource progression. However, it is extremely boring. So I tapped out again on floor 200, rebirthed again to multiply the value of the sparkles, and then rebirthed right after to also increase the sparkle chance. Now I was back to, well, the same old, hoping that sparkles would pay like crazy, so we could actually improve and continue to floor 450 without the pace dying at floor 200. Yes, I was seeing the difference in progression. It was most definitely multiplied, also earning the click 3 achievement for now, having more than 2,500 resources per click. We were most certainly able to reach 2.5 billion. Only it will take 2 to 3 eternities, but it is possible, so I started grinding for it and also hiring some goons for the first time, after a really long time, getting me the production 3 achievement for having up to 100k a second. I mostly wanted this for when I do the floors up to 500, I can also get a bit of extra money from the workers to boost our hemolith earnings even extra. So, was grinding up to 2.4 billion wood fun? Well, what the fuck do you think? But the bigger question is, did the 25 minutes of sparkle collecting brain rotting pay off? No! I went from 7.7 million to 8.7 million per sparkle, a measly extra 1 million per sparkle. I should have thrown all that goddamn wood into gear, but I didn't. And now I gotta grind my ass off anyway, with a slower payoff in the end. Wow! Oh, this wrecked my nerves to a pretty insane amount. But I got my helmet to its 1.21 billion upgrades, also having my swords at an extremely high level. I first went into the dungeon to quickly get some meat, as I also wanted to get my stone and iron upgrades as high as possible. Once I was satisfied with my upgrades, which for your information was a total of 1 hour and 12 minutes of me just holding left mouse button and grinding a couple of white cum spots on my screen, it was finally time to start from floor 1. Now I hear you wondering, why waste even more time starting at floor 1? If you can just start at floor 200. Well, my great friend, What a phenomenal question. We have upgraded our boons significantly throughout the rock upgrades. And we lose boons once we step out of battle. So starting from floor 1, I can rack up my boon percentages and be even stronger than I already am. I mean, having 200 extra boons, of course, is a ridiculous amount of extra buffs. And after such an insane grind of incrementaling, if that's even a word, there is no way in hell we are not passing floor 500 with this strategy. There simply isn't a way. I refuse to believe it. Anyway, my fuck ass finally made our life through floor 140, making it to floor 450, and earning, well, some rounded gem. Not really what I was looking for, but it'll have to do. It's probably important. Luckily, the grind was low-key worth it as we made it to floor 500, which does grant us an engraved stone. And as we are no longer actually weak-ass bitches and genuinely pull through, that brand new Cyclops enemy ain't got shit on us. We reached floor 550 as well, getting the broken wing, and not long after I got the Bloodlust 3 achievement for having killed 25,000 enemies. This is big, people. We can most certainly also make it to floor 600, and who knows, maybe even higher. Well, 600 for sure, at least getting us most likely the last engraved stone. Or we needed one more, I don't exactly recall. But maybe, just maybe, we can make it to floor 650 and find out. Floor 600 introduced the mummy, and well, it did scratch us at the very least. But, yeah, it is but a scratch. Somehow we deadass made it to floor 650, getting another round gem, so I guess these are very important too. We got a minor problem here. Our next reward lies 100 floors higher instead of the initial 50, and I'm quite afraid that floor 700 will bring out an enemy that our soldier, sadly enough, cannot handle yet. Well, we at least made it to floor 700, which of course didn't reward us with anything except for the new enemy, Bugbear, who low-key also really wasn't scratching us in the lower 700 floors. Maybe, just maybe, this grind was all worth it so much that we can reach floors unimaginable. Using the 50% damage reduction mushroom on the 740 floors, we actually made it to floor 750, getting a ladder? Okay, what in God's name am I supposed to do with a ladder? Okay. By some miracle, I was at floor 800 introducing the sludge entity. This shit was somehow not even a big obstacle, having great HP, but not dealing as much, until I reached the almighty 830, where I sadly enough got taken down, just 18 floors away from reaching our next key item. With 100 billion meat, I bought a skeleton, a spider, a stingbat, and an amalgam, and a dwarf. Now, I did all that because there is an achievement where you need to get every familiar at least once. Went back to our old pal to get a 124% bonus, so instead of getting 4.16k hemoliths, I now got 9.31k hemoliths. It was time to get some crazy upgrades. Getting Material Expert to its maximum, getting Quick Thinking, which allows me to get the 0.05 second attack to some extent, maxing out Helmet Expertise, increasing Chestplate Expertise twice, and Legging Expertise to its maximum. Then one more Equipment Expertise and Equipment Discount. I wanted a refund, so I refunded them all. Got it all back into Equipment Expertise, and instead went for Hoarder Optimization and Cookie Clicker. We earned the Bloody Power 5 for having gained a total of 10,000 Hemolith. And it is back to the roots we are. Not all too great to be back, but I have a feeling we can reach the end, because we were doing really good beforehand. Woo, those are bars, baby. As if you may have forgotten, or maybe I forgot to tell you, floor 999 is the last one. Getting the helmet to 0.05 DPS was insanely easy. I got it in just 10 minutes. Yes, I completely focused on it, but that was worth it, no doubt. We attack twice as fast now, doing 20 attacks a second. All we gotta do is significantly boost the rest of our damage and armor, and room 999 will be long gone. I grinded for another solid 25 minutes, and when I finally maxed out my chest plates with every single material, I felt this was my calling. That 0.05 DPS was finally gonna bring us victory. Back at it. Having descended from floor 1, we raced through the first 100 floors in a matter of seconds. I mean, everything was going twice as fast, and I was so confident we would at least make it to floor 900. However, At the 800 floor, your boy started using his mushrooms, as we were taking heavy damage. Here, and also there. I was on my knees begging to at least make it to floor 850. That's all I need, game. I need that key item, and I'll be satisfied. And we only made it to 828. But how? I upgraded much more this time, and last time I made it to 832. What is this stupid difficulty spike?
Wait, who the fuck is that? Spike? Who the fuck is...
I started chopping the tree until I got 2 billion. Then I went to our great friends to get my beautiful bonus and once again rebirth, as there aren't many options left. Maxing chestplate expertise, getting 1 optimization and cookie clicker, maxing hoarder and also optimization, getting a material discount upgrade, and 1 more resilience. And for the shits and giggles, touch grass, as this is completely irrelevant to my life right now. Grind! I realize the discount is very, very big. Like, you're getting a 50% discount on some of the bigger upgrades. And some others are maybe like 10 or 20%, since I could upgrade it like 3 more times. I had to start focusing on that. My plan for that is not going for all those crazy upgrades and starting the battle pretty early. I will probably not make it to floor 800s, but if I can make it to like 600, I only have to do it twice to multiply the Hamlet gain once more. And once that is done, I can start farming for those discounts. This is the best plan I got right now. So I'm going for it. The floors were definitely going slower, but what actually surprised me is that I died at floor 814. So those upgrades don't matter as much as I thought. Or maybe I'm just upgrading the wrong things. I'm just confused how I got that far having upgraded much less. I started chopping some more trees so I could pay the feed for the big man to get ourselves more Hamlets. I upgraded Carnivore twice as it was really cheap, and then I just upgraded my gear real quickly, barely even slightly advanced, and hopped into the dungeon. All we need is 2k extra Hamlets to get that multiplier. When I got over 1000 Hamlets, I exited the dungeon, met up with Big Bro, and got it up by a good couple of percentages, meaning we got the Bloodlust tile fully upgraded. With the remaining 608, I spent it on nothing, as I want to save up for the material discounts. Back on the grind. I first got the Bloodlust 4 achievement for having killed 50,000 enemies, meaning we're halfway, as we need to kill 100,000. I realized we only got 1 more Hamlet, meaning we can now earn 6 per run, which honestly, yes, I expected 7, but it is what it is. Now, sacrificing all your materials beforehand also works and still adds that bonus percentage to all incoming Hamlets. Not that it really matters, but hey, cool that it's possible. That's just all I'm saying. I stopped early this time, just focusing on upgrades ASAP, as waiting too long makes the grind too slow. And my friend, we need to reach floor 999 someday. Now the material discount price went from 675 to 3000, so that's not a very attractive price. I boosted Quick Learner a lot more, and equipment discounts twice, also 1 for the boots. I'm dead-ass suffering from deja vu now. What wasn't giving me deja vu was that the upgrades costs were indeed cut by an incredible amount, having me maxing out boots and the chestplate without even being in the billions. And the same went for the rock gear. Why did I not focus on these discounts earlier? Am I really such a moron? Everybody loves discounts. Now, I tried maxing the helmets, but I just wouldn't stop going, and the prices were becoming ridiculous, so I stepped back into the dungeon, and this time, made it all the way to the unbelievable... No, I'll stop. I made it to the very, very believable floor 850, motherfucker! Getting me the shovel, and also having a big snake boss appear here and there, named Naga. Our next objective is floor 950. But if we can make that, I'll eat my bloody shoe. I refuse to believe it. I mean, I already kind of refuse to believe that I made it to 850. But I did. And sadly enough, just about didn't make it to floor 900, as I died on 895. But hey, we made a good amount of progress. This is great. So I quickly get both my wood and rock to 2 billion to bring our 5,000 Hamleth to 13,000 Hamleth, getting me equipment discount and material discount up by 1. Increasing the sparkle amounts and spawn chance both to max, and getting object permanence as well, just for the accessibility. Possibilities are slowly becoming something that can unravel into floor 999, baby. So I once again went through the same extravaganza, you know it by now. Luckily the discounts are really paying off, and I maxed out many gear pieces in about 15 minutes. Hopping back into that dungeon, your handsome penguin has somehow not reached floor 950. But I made it to a sweet 935, which you would expect me to scream and lose my shit, but it was fine by me, as we got those 5.6k hammerless, baby. And since I also invested in workers, I was instantly able to trade 3 billion to my main man, totaling us 13.6k, and buying 4 equipment expertise, 3 sword expertise, and another boots expertise. And decided 1 more sword expertise, and one more equipment expertise, why not? And now it's time to recycle the exact same strat. No bigger discounts, but I do hope the extra damage boosts and upgrades will pay off toward that floor 950, at the very least. For the very first time, I actually invested in workers, eventually building up to 20 amalgams, resulting in 2 million a second, which, not gonna lie, is pretty big. I was once again building a big army of workers and was dedicated to going full out for the craziest number of upgrades. I made a jump from floor 830 to floor 930 and just upgraded my overall gear 4 times. There's no way in hell those last 70 floors can beat me. I will achieve victory. This is the run. All great things must come to an end, and we are about to reach that end, whether you like it or not. I mean, yes, there's still a lot of puzzles to uncover if we reach floor 1000. But right now, that ain't the problem. We need to reach that floor first. So I farmed a little bit of meat, and I got the Bloodlust 5 achievement for killing 75,000 enemies. For the first time in history, your boy was going to upgrade a lot of iron equipment as well. Mostly the swords, as the rest of the pieces max out real quick. After more than 45 minutes of holding down left mouse button on a tree, a rock, and a piece of iron, I got my helmet to level 90, my sword to level 96, and chestplate fully maxed at level 37. Leggings almost maxed at level 60, and boots completely pimped at level 46. It was time to go in with the craziest stats, and finally, for once in my life, beat this goddamn dungeon. I was only on floor 200, and thanks to the insane boon buffs with my stone helmet, I was dealing more than 5 million damage and regenerating 2.5 billion health. I only have 20 million health. There's seriously no way I can die now. I refuse to believe it. This, my friend, will be the run. We are going to reach floor 1000. I am sure of it. My damage maxed out at 8.35 million, but the leggings kept going strong, reaching impeccable numbers. Every time I took a bit of damage, it was instantly regenerated. There wasn't any chance of being slain. We were the Slayer now, people. This is going to be its 100 goddamn %. And to at least take a breather, we can finally rest and say we made it to floor 950, unlocking the metal rod and the full bestiary achievement for having killed every enemy at least once. And before I knew it, the now what achievement. A metal door stood in front of us, revealing 3 orbs, and only an unbroken path will wake the gate. Show the strength forged from the first step. Unearth the incantations one by one. When all are spoken, the gate will answer. So it seems we still have to click and point our way into this gate. At the very least, we got the final key item, meaning we can finish the game now. Just where in God's name do we start? Well, first in the back room, I buy the Undead Rogue, Skeleton Leader, Mummy, and finally the Cyclops for the Pet Sitter achievement. Then I buy another Undead Rogue to have by my side, just for the fun of it. After a very long time, I finally continued our engraved stone puzzle. I entered the next code, getting us the yet another gate achievement. Let me guess, passed by the 4 doors? Yep, yet another door is opened. Inside are many cobwebs. Nothing happens when I click them, but once I held it, a spider approached, and when it got close, I got sent back out. I tried again, waited a little bit before continuing, but the spider didn't move, and once again, I was sent out. I was a bit confused, but I figured out when I pull up my map, he backs off. So I just broke a cobweb, pull up my map, broke the next, pull up a map, and continue forward, earning the cold-blooded achievement. We see a creepy-looking mushroom tree dude put a round gem in his left eye socket, getting the Slaughtered In achievement. One in his right eye for the No Longer Blind achievement, and now I can switch between the gems. But which one? And what should I use it for? Now some sort of Simon Says is being played on this little slab. I activate the blue eye and follow the exact pattern on my map. I'm pretty confident it works because who in God's name is this weird little fella? So we ask who he is, and he is the one who clings, who counts, and who measures. Life is precious. He keeps it, but not much else. We ask him about the place, and he finds it a place that measures how tightly you hold onto life. In here, each breath exacts a price. But no one can be spared. We can trade with him and increase damage, material production, and click power. Well, that could have been nice a little bit ago, but we can already reach the top, so I'm no longer interested. Thank you very much. When we back out, we see the bridge upside down, so I head back on it, having to do another bridge puzzle. Easy peasy lemon squeezy, of course. But now we get doors all containing ice. But holding my lantern on one of them, one of the ice disappears, so it's just a reverse from before. We earn the Another Plane achievement and everything is upside down. I want to grab the little sparkle in the bottom left, but I need more light than the lantern provides. I head down and walk into the mirror, cause it's no longer a plain old mirror. I can now go in and out of realms. I wrote down the pattern on the wall, giving us another runestone puzzle. I went back up and crawled into the door that was on the left to try and interact with this gate, which was a lost cause. But the hole in the wall brought us another weird door with a bunch of ice. I am not liking this room. With a sign saying, legend says the spirits shall grant the light to whoever is able to let them concentrate. Okay, alright, yeah. Back and back out, I was able to place a ladder to go up here, breaking the cobweb, but not being able to reach what's in the distance. So I went back to the ruins to type in our next code. Getting the door opens achievement. And its icon obviously reveals it's the one from our dead ghost friend, that cage. And for a very generous 20 million stones, we built a staircase. Head upstairs, spotting a well, another hole, and another door. The hole is back down. The well is dead as useless and the door's locked, so, alrighty then. I went back to the absolute goat, to that water thingy. It might not be necessary anymore. I then extinguished the fire to have a little look in the upside down, hoping for a change, and now indeed, the campfire is being lit, giving us enough light for the sparkle in the corner, yielding a coin. Which must be for the well. I mean, come on, I would love to wish for 100% completion. So I throw the coin in the well, getting another code for the engraved stone. Maybe the last, even though there looks like to be room for 2 more. I enter the newly given combination, getting the Another Opening achievement, which is the door over at the well. Behind that door is a big church bell. I attach our rope to it to climb. Nope, I thought we were going down. No, we jingle the bell. We chime it, getting a saw. A saw? What will we need a bloody saw for? Well, not long after, when I was really brainstorming, I'm kidding, I just figured it out pretty quickly that I can cut through the grate. I have no clue what the hell fell out of it, but we were able to use our shovel on that. And inside, it's a bloody crank. We're getting some Resident Evil vibes over here, but personally, I have seen no spot where I could possibly use a crank. So I was cranking my brain a bit. Oh, we could use it on the well, which did absolutely nothing. It made a noise though. So, I mean, it did do something, but I also couldn't take it back, so, well, there must be some sort of change somewhere. And oh, snap, yes! It lowered down the thing we couldn't reach in the weird green area. Inside of it is a metal rod. Wait, we already had a metal rod. But hey, this one looks different. I placed both down in the weird eye area, and when I clicked on it, it blinded them all, getting rid of their pupils. And we got a torch. A torch! We are going through all of this for a torch. Well, it better be some sort of magical torch. Now, what I did next, I completely forgot about until I saw it, and thought, yes, it actually makes a lot of goddamn sense. I went back to those 2 angels. Yeah, remember them? Since I was sitting on a broken wing for the last 700 floors. I first used the torch on the lady on the left and then the broken wing on the lady on the right, getting me the Angels Sing Again achievement, having them glow brightly orange. And now I back out of the game. Yes, we head back to the main menu, where we lay our eyes upon one final code, being assembled slowly but steadily. Once revealed, I of course take a beautiful picture of it and type it in the engraved stones one last time. Nothing happens. Well, it seemed I had made a mistake, since I am a retarded fool. Second time's a charm. The final gate achievement. I have the privilege to just head to the door. Thanks to beating floor 999 already. All lights go blue. We earn the final passage achievement, and the door opens. We step inside and see another one of those weird piles of, well, whatever it is, with a sparkle. We grab a beautiful picture. And then, oh god! That was really unnecessary. Holy crap, that scared the oblivion out of me. Please, do not take this from me. If you must insist, do not expect mercy. We have to fight God, and well, it is the longest battle yet, because it's floor 1000. But God was no match for our hero. We slay God in seconds. We passed and murdered God, having cleared floor 1000, earning nothing. I tried to open the map, but the campfire extinguishes. You are a promising one. The others were devoured by their obsessions. You learn to wield yours, but this is not where it ends. He just pulls away my UI, stares at our soul, and begins to attack us. I realize I gotta click his hand to get it off. When we get rid of it, we need to punch his eyeballs and then as many teeth as possible. He starts rinsing and repeating this, and occasionally also tries to bite my hand, needing me to dodge it. When we pull through, he says, I escaped her. When the world ended, I dug through corpses and soil to survive. There too, my legacy! We enter the second phase, more hand punching and breaking all the pieces. This was done quickly, having him say, this life is a curse, held too long, it rots the mind. I cleaved my flesh to rid myself of it, but the pierces crawled on and took new shapes, new life. Now it is time for that cursed harvest to end me! It starts crawling away. We attack its arms, tear off all 4 of them, and grab our trusty old sword and use it. The level 96 758k damage powerhouse on God himself, slaying him with one slice, grabbing that beautiful picture, and on the back, another set of patterns. We, of course, wrote them down. This is the last combination. We enter it, failing it once on my first try, because I'm a dumbass. Second try is the charm. No achievement. But something did happen in the dungeon. A pretty obvious hole in the roof. We climb in and wait the outside. Oh no. Oh no. Okay, no. That was just a picture of the past. We watch it as if it belonged to someone else. A distant memory. The world indeed got to shit. The sun in the sky is white. White beyond mercy. It hurts our eyes. They melt. Our skin, it burns. It's only a memory, yet the pain does not know that. We see it now. There's no world outside. There is no escape. God is gone, yet the weight of what I've done remains. Victory is a trap. Endurance is the sentence. The gods of perseverance, of purity, of the unbroken cycle, the God of life. Life is all that remains in this forsaken place. Life is forced into being, broken apart and rebuilt, not for salvation, but because no other path remains. We are not its ruler, we are the wheel. We can now choose to stop the wheel or keep the wheel turning. We keep it turning, and as we turn away from the light, the stone closes around us, and as I remove my armor pieces, piece by piece, I start slicing at my deformed body. Pain stings, then it settles into something satisfying. I become a new knight, dragging myself deep into the hole. I accept it. I wait. The wheel keeps turning. We made our choice, and now have to deal with it. Credits hit us straight in the face. A short one, as this game was made by only one goat. Go check out his devlog. He is fucking goated at making this game. Beautiful guy. Beautiful guy. We unlocked Endless Mode, which is kind, but I'm not all interested in that right now. First, we quickly buy the Skull Amulet and then try it on God for the Nice Try achievement. It didn't work. So I tried it in the hole instead. And, well, the Nice Try achievement popped, even though bro isn't even here anymore. Next, I exchanged some Hammerlith, the temporary strengths guy, for the temporary boost achievement. Then, to the sacrificing mushroom thingy, but then in the upside down room, which now becomes a healing place, where I healed my undead rogue for the caretaker achievement. Back at the absolute goat, I exchanged all my resources for 182 Hammerlith boost. So we could attempt the Jack of all trades achievement, having at least one level in every skill in the skill tree. With 17,000 Hammerlith, this was more than a success. So I maxed out equipment expertise, leveled another sword expertise, and the Jack of all trade achievement unlocked. All that is left now is 100,000 kills, and of course, the naturally skilled achievement. So I started fresh, returning to my roots, aiming to hit floor 10 as fast as possible without dying, giving up, or rebirthing. The strategy was simple. Maxed out all the gear at the set level, hop into the dungeon, and back out immediately once beaten. I already died even with fully upgraded gear. So yes, I had to start clicking the weak spots again. So I restarted again, and this time I barely survived with 0.27 HP. Lesson learned, click those weak spots. Once again, I upgraded all my gear until resources wouldn't allow me anymore. Looped floor 1 a few times for extra meat and EXP, over-leveling was necessary. With 3k plus resource upgrades, I started from floor 1 for the extra boon. Floor 2 was a little dangerous, but manageable. Floor 3 required more caution, so I farmed floors 1 and 2 a bit more to gather 20,000 wood, then maxed armor as far as I could. Starting from floor 1 again, for boons, I went into floor 3, beat it easily. Looped it for more EXP, then backed out to avoid dying. Floor 4 was a bit of a struggle, but I passed it. Floor 5 introduced crows, so I leveled gear further into burst for floor 4 to farm safely. By level 275, I grabbed 128k skeleton, boosting level and generating almost 600 wood a second. At level 378, another leggings upgrade and a mushroom. Faced floor 6. Only the boss put up a fight. I barely got scratched. Healed myself 10% and pushed into floor 7. Long fight, but the high regen bands made them trivial. At level 414, I bought helmet upgrades. Another slog. Yet I was untouched. Floor 9, first got a quick chestplate upgrade, and then it was very slow, but I beat it. Which means we have reached floor 10, and with that, the naturally skilled achievement popped. All that in just 1 hour of pure grinding. Now only one grind was left upon us. One achievement. Bloodlust 6. Kill 100,000 enemies. So back at the OG save, I had to redo some bits, as of course we stripped all our armor and stuff. It's pretty insane. Anyway, I was a much more powerful being. I quickly got my DPS back to 0.05 and started rinsing and repeating floor 3, as all we need are the kills. And some might say floor 1 is the easiest for that, but I couldn't loop the current floor fast enough. I mean, we're killing about 10 enemies every 500 milliseconds, which means 20 kills every second. So I had a feeling getting to 100,000 kills wouldn't take too long, and I actually wanted to know, because I like knowing things. So I did a little calculation. I was getting around 20 kills per second, meaning it would take 83 minutes and 20 seconds to go from 0 to 100,000 kills. But since I already had 75,000 kills, I only needed 25k more, and probably just a little less, which would come down to about 21 minutes max. But of course, I already had stacked a lot more kills before that 75 kills achievement popped. So it ended up only taking 10 minutes, and with that achievement, 100% completion and horripilent. God, I'm not a big incremental guy, but this game sold me. And making this video definitely felt a bit different than my usual content, so I would really like you to tell me how you feel about it. At least, I had a blast, and the best part of it all is that we beat it in just under 18 hours, with how long to beat saying it takes around 33 hours. So that means that maybe I'm just like the absolute GOAT, or maybe the absolute God! Watch more of my content, or I will send 5 black dudes to your house. Yes, specifically black.